Good afternoon, morning, evening, night, wherever you are. Robboland's vids. Been away for a week, doing different things, being busy. Bit of a throat thing, so that's all. Anyway, how you all doing? Hope you're well. Been a strange week, isn't it? Been a strange week. Here on YouTube. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Good. Let's get on to guitars, eh? This here hasn't got any strings on it. I'm going to fix that in a minute. We're going to string this. This is a Washburn Festival series, I think it was. I've heard it called the Monterey, but I'm not sure if that's correct. I think it's part of the Washburn Festival series, I think from the late 1980s. I think there is a serial number on it somewhere, and I have no idea where the hell that is at the moment. If anyone really is interested, then they can point me and I'll find it. But it's a lovely guitar. I think it's all mahogany, slim body, piezo undersaddle thingy, pickup, slidey things. It's great. Some pretty bad design, appalling design features on this. Really appalling design. First is where these sliders are. You quite often play and they end up under your armpit. And you can, if you've got a shirt that's doing this, you can see this, you end up dragging your... So that's an appalling design thing. The second thing, do you see where the battery compartment is? The nice big battery compartment. For example, look at my ovation. See, there's the EQ, and there is the battery compartment. See, so you just ping, and the battery comes out, and you just chuck a battery in, and you're all done within about 30 seconds if you do it really slowly. This thing, in the past I've ended up reaching in there to get the battery out, and you can see it's not a very fat guitar. I've got stupid long arms and hands and things, and I've actually ended up one time, a friend of mine came around my house and I had this guitar stuck on my arm. I had my arm wedged in there up to the elbow because I was trying to get the battery in. I just said, well, can you help me, because I'm just going to smash this thing into pieces, I can't. He said, oh, I'll do the battery, I'll sort the battery out. But where it is in there, you can't get to it, and the wires are so short that you've got virtually no play at all without ripping the guts out of the thing. So he said, oh, I'll sort it out for you, I'll sort it out. And he couldn't, so he gave it to a mate of his who made guitars, who made acoustic guitars, and he was, oh, I'll do it for you, you know, laughing at me because I'm some sort of idiot because he couldn't do it. In the end, he had to get in there basically with mirrors and dentist equipment and start hacking it about, and he didn't say too much after that. But anyway, I changed the battery recently, and what I did was I undid the 4 screws in this and ripped that out, and it took about 5 minutes as opposed to like 2 days. So how much of an idiot do I feel? Massive idiot, but there you go. That's how it works. So if you've got one of these, undo the screws, but unfortunately this is so old and so brittle, this thing started shattering, so 3 screws holding it in, but excuse me, that could be sorted at a later date. God. My apologies, awful cough. See, this is why I've remained normal last week. I think there was something in the water in YouTube, and I've just been avoiding the water. I just don't drink that. I know what fish do in there, I've seen it. I had a goldfish once. Me, my brother and my sister all bought a goldfish each once, and we were just so disappointed. My dad turned up with his goldfish. I think someone had won them at work in a fair or something, and he turned up, I just thought, I want a hamster. And all you can do when you're 3 young kids, I think I was about 8 or 9, I was 9 or something, my brother must have been like 11, 12, and my sister must have, I don't know. And all you can do is have which fish has the longest trail of poo coming out of it contest. And that's really all you can do. And you know, it's quite exciting though. One accidentally swims into the other one, you're like, oh, snaps off overnight, oh, really disappointed, but you can't, that's about it really. Anyway, no fish in beer. What is that? Isinglass. What's isinglass made of? That's fish bones, isn't it? It's what they use to clear beer. It's sort of a ground up load of fish bones or cod entrails or something. They put it in beer to clear it. So, happy fish. That's a nice drop of gear actually. Anyway, back to the guitar. It's been a good week for new students here. I had a bit of contact on, I think it's last Friday. There's a Facebook page for our local town here, local town, village, whatever, and on there someone said, I want guitar lessons, anyone know a teacher? And a couple of people put my name up on it, which was really nice of them. And I contacted this person and they said, fantastic, we will start in September. So they're away for a few weeks, away for 4 weeks over summer, start in September. I thought, fantastic. At that point I took the initiative and put one of my business cards, which I've got to cover up the relevant details so you can't see them because this is YouTube and people are insane. Weekly guitar tuition, beginner, improver, acoustic, electric. Put one of my business cards up on this site, and within about 10 minutes someone had contacted me, said, oh yeah, I'd like to learn guitar. Fantastic, when can you start? And so they actually started Monday. Their first ever guitar lesson. Went really well, up to a point, and the point being fingernails. It's fine to have fingernails on this hand. You don't really want them on this hand. And this girl came for the lesson and she had like these amazing nails, gorgeous nails, but they're like out here. And you're trying to fret a chord on your hands, you're having to bring the whole... I said, look, unless you're Dolly Parton, and you've been doing this for years with those sort of chords, then really, you know, and Dolly Parton, you know, should and does, I think, get a lot of respect in the guitar community, just if for nothing else. And quite apart from the fact she's an amazing songwriter, etc., etc., but for being able to play the guitar with those nails on that hand, excuse me, it's ridiculous. So, Dolly Parton, fish, beer. Yeah, so I've got one new student starting in September. I've got one which started Monday, and today is Tuesday, which makes tomorrow Happy days, Friday, Saturday, happy days, weekend. So tomorrow is happy days, Wednesday, and tomorrow I start teaching my big brother, who's just gone into semi-retirement, and he's been after guitar lessons for years and years and years, wanted to learn, but been ridiculously busy with work, etc. So I haven't actually done any stringing on this. I'm meant to be stringing this as I go, you see. People like seeing things being done. Apparently, Will Gelvin said that, people like seeing videos where you're doing things. I'm talking, I'm drinking, what more do you want? I'm coughing, multitasking. This is going to get you going. I didn't have any Gibson tone polish. So, I used this. Mr. Sheen, it says multi-surface polish. So I don't know if that means it does both types, country and western, or whether it means you can use it on the front and the back, multi-surface. Anyway, it's nice and shiny. Doesn't really matter, because this guitar doesn't sound fantastic as an acoustic. You know, it does suffer from that really slim body. It actually feels like quite thick wood. I think they built this as a stage guitar. I've seen a lot of professional musicians using these when they do their acoustic sets, or when they go out as an acoustic version of the big band or whatever. And you know, I used to play this live, and I had the same amp, the Trace Elliott TA100R, really, really, really good acoustic guitar amp. Acoustic amp, yes. And my mate, excuse me, had a filed Oberon, and well, actually, to be honest, nothing's going to compete with that guitar. That is one of the most ridiculously good acoustic guitars I've ever heard or played. I was over there playing that a month or two ago, and it just blows your mind. It's a spiritual experience. And this thing sounds like a blank. So let's put some damn strings on the mofo. Where should we start? Where should we start? Start here. This video isn't about much really. I'm starting to teach my brother tomorrow, which is nice. This is just a video about guitars and chatting and just being nice, just having nice chat. Hope you're enjoying your coffee or your beer or your cigarette or your smoke or whatever it is, or your or whatever, if you're putting an orange in your mouth and hanging yourself upside down with a tie and getting sexual gratification. Good stuff. I hope you're watching. Hope you're enjoying the video. Anyway. gone for some light strings on this. What's happening is I'm giving this, I better clarify that in case he uses this as legal evidence against me. I'm lending this guitar to my bruv, because he doesn't have an acoustic at the moment. He's got an electric that I gave him, which was a little PV Raptor. PV Raptor, which are really, really cheap little guitars. Stratty style things. I've got one here. I've got a Vietnamese one, which is actually really nice. It's not the best playing guitar in the world. Would I use it live? I've got other guitars I'd use live, which are more versatile, which are more playable. But that, for recording, if I want a go-to Stratocaster tone, seriously, that you plug that in, and it sounds like my idea of a brilliant sounding Stratocaster. You don't believe me? Go and find somewhere on the internet a track called Driving Through Vegas. Driving Through Vegas. And you'll either find it on SoundCloud, Happy Orange Balloon, that's the name of the band I've been recording with, or it'll be on, excuse me, or if you go to Reverb Nation, Robboland, and you'll find a version of Driving Through Vegas there. And the guitar on that is a PV Raptor, which if you go on eBay here in the UK you can get for nothing, virtually nothing. The last one, my one cost me about 60 quid, but that was pretty much brand new. And so I've got a little white, mine's the white one, the Vietnamese one, which I haven't used in a video. But for anybody that's seen the title trailer, whatever it is, on my channel page, I'm playing PV Raptor, and that's a little black Chinese one, not Chinese guitar, which had a nicer neck on it, I've got to say, a nicer fingerboard, but I wasn't so keen on the pickups, and the finish was not very, very nice at all. But it played really well. It sounds a bit stratty. It certainly sounds more like a Strat than nothing. You know, I've got guitars that have got absolutely no character, even though they've got single coils in. That thing sounds like it's trying to be a Strat. My one's better. My one sounds better. So I use that for recording. But yeah, if you go Happy Orange Balloon, SoundCloud, I think it is, and find the track Driving Through Vegas, or if you go to Reverb Nation, Robboland, ROBBOLAND, you will find amongst the 40 odd tunes, which are all me, with a couple of other people doing a few other things here and there, Driving Through Vegas, and I'm playing a dirt cheap little tiny PV Raptor, which to me gives me the sounds I would want if I was playing a Stratocaster. Alright. You ever noticed how these... God, I've got to stop doing that. Give us a second. I'm going to cure this cough. And it's not the brick treatment. You know the brick treatment? They get your nadgers out and they just go bang with 2 bricks. And then you just can't cough. It's not that one. It's the refill. So, play amongst yourselves. Dun 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 units. Dun 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 dun. Da! More beer. It's going to sort my cough out. This might end up being a 20-minute, 25-minute video. I apologise, but what else is there to watch? You've got this beer, got my bottle opener, wood with a screw in it. I built this in woodwork when I was a kid in New Zealand. When I was about 9 years old. I've had it ever since, and it works. There you go, good. This is Adnams, brewed by Adnams, which is an English brewery, a bit further up the coast from me here. I'm in Essex. Adnams is in Suffolk, not Sussex. Sussex is on the coast, bottom coast. Suffolk, so maybe about an hour or so's drive from here. And it's a beer they're producing specifically for the co-op. And it's their golden ale, 4.2%. 4.2%. refreshing, medium-bodied golden beer using a single Australian hop, Galaxy, throughout the brewing process to produce a Galaxian fruit burst, including mango, grapefruit and passion fruit, backed up with a light malt sweetness from blah 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 blah, similar to the tones of an ash body and a maple finger. Who wrote this shit? Anyway, how are you? We've got one string on. So yeah, I'm teaching my brother tomorrow. Taught this girl yesterday with her first lesson, then I've got my other student coming on Thursday. So that's all good. My nephew, one of my nephews, wants to learn as well. He's been playing a few years. I mentioned him in the previous video. So it's good. It's nice to have a couple of people at different stages, and I might have been accused, possibly by some, possibly, of overusing the phrase, "I don't care." And it's probably a very fair point. It's probably a very fair point. However, there are some things I do care passionately about, and teaching is one of them. And hopefully that comes across in the way that I talk about it, and the way that I, be able to pass on information and knowledge, and being able to inspire people to play and things like that, and give them that sort of chance to go and express themselves. But the girl who came around yesterday said she's an Ed Sheeran fan, and would we be doing anything blah blah blah. Ed Sheeran, eh? Ed Sheeran. I didn't really know much about the kid. I must admit, I hadn't seen really anything of his. I don't have a TV, I avoid all that rubbish because of the adverts and the bad language. That's not true either. But anyway, and I watched a few of his vids, and yeah, the kid's alright. The kid ain't too bad. He does a lot of things that I quite like. He leaves a lot of space in his playing. He's not hammering the living shizzle out of it constantly. A lot of space in his playing. His playing is actually quite simple. Lots of simple things made to sound interesting. Someone hit the nail on the head, and I definitely, I absolutely agree. Fantastic. Rock and roll. Simple things made to sound interesting. I love guitar players like Al Di Meola and Paco de Lucia and all this sort of stuff. I went to see Al Di Meola, Paco de Lucia, John McLaughlin years ago when I was just starting playing guitar, and I gave up playing guitar for 6 months after that gig because I just thought there's absolutely no point. I'm never going to get anywhere. What an idiot! Anyway. And I went to see Al Di Meola again with a full band. I think they had Simon Phillips. Is he a drummer? Simon Phillips on drums. Philip Seiss was it on keyboards. Mingo Lewis turned up on percussion. Jan Hammer. It was all during that Miami Vice period, so it was all a bit. What's happened here? I asked for a string, they give me a goddamn freaking butterfly. So yeah, it's so that's where I've been. I've been in a big town today to buy these strings. Hit it, came out. What the hell is going on with this? Shit! Look. Oh God. You know what? I said to someone in the shop today, I'm going to teach my students to string their own bloody guitars. Anyway. Oh. There we have it. I'm determined to get this done. What are we on? Almost 19 minutes. It looks like this is going to be probably a half-hour video, so I apologise if you've got anything better to do. You might want to do this in instalments, but at some point I am actually going to strum this guitar. So let's just get these strings in while I'm thinking about stringing this guitar, because otherwise I'm going to lose the will to live. How's the beer doing? It's looking good, looking good, looking good. This one done. String winders. If you don't have a string winder, get one. Get one, get one, get one. And I had one for years and didn't realise that. In the bottom there, see, the little scoopy bit goes over your pegs and just pulls them out like they've never even been there. What an incredible device, one of life's great inventions. I would have been happy if I'd invented that. That was a pretty cool day's work, don't you think? Ah, shit. Excuse me, pardon my language. That's the Tourette's. It's not really. I did actually take another Washburn to pieces earlier. I've got a D25 SN, which features in a few videos of mine, which I... That's what I was saying. But the D25 SN, basically I rescued it from the trash. It was destined to end up in the tip, and I rescued it. It had no machinery on it and no bridge, and I put it, sort of got it back together, and it sounded great, but it was on the verge of exploding all times. And I started putting that one back together today, and I thought, no, I'll lend my brother this one instead. So even though it's not got as nice a sound, this plays a lot better and it's a lot tidier and a lot nicer. So, and they've got fantastic necks on these guitars. I absolutely love the neck on this. Sweet. So we're almost there. The Dire Straits challenge, I got challenged to do a Dire Straits thing, and it will happen. It's been really busy, man. It's been crazy this week, and tomorrow I'm out all day. I think I've got to, well, I'll be back, but at some point. But I've got to get on the train, go halfway across Essex tomorrow, go on hospital visit or whatever. So say come back here, or then have a lesson with my brother and all the rest of it. So tomorrow I'm going to be absolutely shattered. Thursday we'll see, but it might be a few days. I will do something, but I'm certainly not within the 2 days, and I apologise. I know that was part of the fun of it. But sometimes real life gets in the way. Shout out to some people, because I've had a load of new subscribers in the last couple of weeks, and so thank you very much to everyone that subscribed. Brilliant. Looking to get his channel back on track. There's going to be lots of interesting things coming, I hope, things that are going to interest you, more interesting than watching me restring a freaking guitar. I mean, I've got a 12 string to string, you could watch me do that, or a bouzouki, or a nylon string. The choice is yours. If you like foul language, then vote for the 12 string, because there'll probably be words invented that even I won't know the meaning of, you know, and I would have come up with them in the first place. So I hate restringing with a 12 string. If you're going to buy a 12 string, don't get one with a slotted headstock. Who the hell thought that would be a good idea? Someone with decent eyesight, probably. This is a nightmare. Anyway, we're getting there. We're getting there. A couple of strings left, and obviously it's going to go out of tune. These aren't great strings. I must admit, I skimped on the strings because my brother's only probably going to have this for a few weeks or something. I don't know, and he's not going to be killing it. So I skimped on these strings. So these are cheap as horrible things, and if they go horribly out of tune and don't last, then tough. But I had a limited budget today, and I had strings to buy for, as I say, a bouzouki, electric guitar, nylon string guitar, this guitar, and I've got the 12 string to sort as well. So it was a bit of an expensive morning out with the train fare as well, getting there. But string there. These are also lightweight strings, because my brother's never played before really. He's played, you know, he's got an electric guitar I gave him. He's sort of messed about with a couple of things, but not really had the time. So he's coming to this new. So acoustic, I've gone for some 11s, 11 to 50s, I think. Probably would have been nice if we got 48s or something there. I don't know, because it's actually quite chunky old bottom strings. But he's a man, he can handle it. No brother of mine plays 48 bass strings. We're Essex boys. You can hear that it's not got the best bass in the world. Some of them. Get rid of all the string ends. These are going to take some stretchy, aren't they, these strings? That rubbish there. Careful not to cut your arm off or snip the bit of the string that you don't string next to it. There you go. Have it. There you go. There we have it. Yes, some loads of new subscribers, and thank you very much to the people that have promoted my channel. I know Ed Dana has done some brilliant promotion for me and said some really nice things, so thank you so much, my friend. It's massively appreciated, it really is. If you don't know Ed, go check him out. Ed Dana talks guitars, plays guitars, nice boy, nice man, nice guy. Alright, go check him out. Duncan also, DKG, give us a shout out last week on the whole Tonewood the plastic thing. I was interested to find out what my plastic guitar was actually made of. And whether it was just marketed as something it wasn't. Which apparently it was. That's going to take some string stretching, but it's done. Good stuff. All I'm going to need to do, Nick from there, all I need to do now is clear up this detritus and get on and drink my beer and have some dinner. So thank you very much for watching. This has been Robboland's Vids. Cheers. More guitar playing coming on the next one. Less talking. Alright, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Don't taste shit all like a mango. Oh, yes it does. Oh, I just called it on the nose. Mango on my nose. It's nice. Get out.